second symposium series on cybercrimes and issues Security Firm is an internationally renowned cyber consultancy and web community founded in 2019 that aims in improvising cybersecurity awareness and acts as a source of techno-legal information for professionals, students, and teenagers around the world. On 1st April 2020, WCSF launched Cybercrime Awareness 2020 program, which is a global initiative to support emerging trends in cyber laws, cybercrimes, and cybersecurities. Increasing the level of cyber awareness through education and training can be effective way to encourage the adoption of security tools, which led to a safer use of technology. The objective of the symposium is to educate the people the importance of the cybercrimes and information technology in the digital era. Our collaborative partners, SSC Law Online, is brought to you by Eastern Book Company, a publishing house of international repute and an acknowledged leader in the field of law, publishing in India for more than 75 years. Using the finest of technological innovations, they pioneered law information databases for making law easy accessible in the electronic medium. This has appeared in a revolutionary form in the electronic medium as a SSC online case finder. The information database and search program is a proven source for quick retrieval of case laws precedent of the Supreme Court of India. For last 75, SSC has been creating authentic and reliable legal information that includes legal commentaries, statutory laws, and law reports. Supreme Court cases is the most cited law report by the Supreme Court of India. All the content is there in one place where it's foreign, Indian, foreign, or international SSC online consists of superior search capability and the 4 million documents. Their legal research tool provides top quality information with an interface which makes research a quick and an effective process. Our second symposium series on cybercrimes and issues pursuant to international laws aims in provide the practical approach in terms of emerging cybercrimes and cybersecurities law on international level. As technology is rapidly evolving, so human beings are. And during this expedition, all are facing a lot of obstacles in all the senses. This series aims to kindle the society in context to the crimes and various cybersecurity issues they have faced. This symposium establishes the international impetus of the law reforms in combating cybercrime. It classifies actions of international harmonization into professional, regional, multinational, and global actions, summarizing the major concerns of these actions and concludes the influence of the Convention on Cybercrime on state and international levels of legal countermeasure. The series also points out the limitation of the previous action and anticipates the United Nations to play a more important role. Also, it will be more inclined towards the conclusive part where our honorable speaker will try to give the preventive measures. Now, as far as all of might you know that this is going to be the fourth session that we are introducing today, and the topic is Importance of Cyber Laws in Today's Technological Driven World by Mr. Festus Ogun, who is an energetic legal mind passionate about technological laws, constitutional law, human rights, and public interest laws. He is the founder and managing director of Crypto Law Africa, a leading authority that helps in navigating legal issues related to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in Africa. Interestingly, he is widely consulted by players in the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry. He is currently acting as a team lead at FO Legal Advisory, a non-profit organization dedicated to offering legal advisory, public enlightenment, and awareness on human rights, constitutional rights, electoral law, labor, employment and immigration, media laws, along with the general public interest laws. Mr. Ogun is a member of Amnesty International, and he is also a passionate public speaker who is affiliated to and serves in various leadership capacities. Over the years, he has been invited to speak on law, human and civil rights, leadership, policies, governance, and ancillary matters across the globe. So I request Mr. Festus Ogun to take over and please start the session. Sir, we request you to please proceed the session further.
Yeah. Good evening over there, and good afternoon from here in Nigeria. And thanks for having me.
Very good evening, sir.
Can you hear me there? Can you hear me? Maybe you should reply by way of text. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sir, your voice
Yes,
is
today.
choking.
Today, I'll be discussing the importance role. I'll be discussing the importance role of cyber law in today's technological driven world. First and foremost, it is important to state that technology is life. In fact, technology is a driving force that is important to today's world.
Yes, sir. Sir, your voice.
Yes, it's deliberate. We have serious issues connecting. We have to connect again.
Sir, there is connectivity issue. So your voice is not at all clear. So can you please turn off the camera so that this problem might resolve? Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Is it audible
So please
enough? Is
continue.
it audible?
It is not that much clear, although you're audible, but it is that much clear. So we can recommend to turn off the video so that
I have a kind of
might be easier
difficulty
as well.
hearing you too from this end. I have difficulty hearing you from this end. Cool. I think it's a general issue because even the anchor's voice is equally cracking.
Yeah, it is cracking, sir. Your voice is a lot cracking.
Maybe let me leave and join again. Maybe we can have a better.
Yeah, please.
Maybe we can have.
Okay, sir.
Maybe
Okay.
we can have a better conversation.
Sure, sir. You can rejoin. I request all the attendees to kindly wait as Mr. Festus Ogun is facing some network troubles and he'll be joining very soon. So, also, I request you to kindly mute your mics during this session for the smooth interaction between the speaker and us. Yeah, sir. So can you hear us? Sir has joined us, so we'll be resuming our session very soon. Sir, can you hear us? Sir, can you?
Serious connection problem. Let me network.
Yes, you are audible, so you can resume the session with us.
Okay, I think I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. Please resume the session, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Oh, beautiful. I'm sorry for the audio interruption. Yes, I'm sorry for the audio interruption. I had serious difficulty connecting. Good. I have serious difficulty connecting to the program. So let's set the ball rolling. Let's set the ball rolling. Yes, today we are going to be discussing the importance of cyber laws in today's technologically driven world. The world we live in today is driven by technology. The world we live today is now defined by technology. In fact, technology is part of today's world, part and parcel of today's world. Some may say that technology, the cyberspace, It's part of the world itself. So when we have a cyberspace where life happens, when we have a cyberspace where business operations are carried out, when we have a cyberspace where people make use of it for their daily life endeavors, when we have a cyberspace that is being used by the political leadership to enhance governance, when we have a cyberspace that is being used for the advancement of the cause of human, when we have a cyberspace that is being used for the advancement of human rights and constitutional democracy, when we have a cyberspace that is being used for economical reasons, then
So sorry
I
for the
am of the
interruption,
opinion.
but your voice is again cracking. Can you please turn off the video? Your voice is again cracking. It's not properly audible
Cracking.
to us. Yeah, it's not properly audible to us.
Okay, I will have to just a minute. Hello,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please start
Is
proceeding.
it better than before?
Yeah, is it better? This one is better.
Okay. So I was explaining that the world we live in today is driven and almost controlled by technological advances. I was I was explaining that the world we live in today is defined by technology, by the cyberspace. Is defined by the cyberspace in the sense that from the business world to the political world to the entrepreneurship world to come to think of it, the sports world, any world whatsoever, any human endeavor whatsoever, I I can attest that share in the in the control of it. So in all of this, the question that should be asked is, when we have a cyberspace where life itself happens, what do we do? Should we just leave it for people to misuse it? Should we just leave it without ethics, without laws? That can be similar to the Obesian state of nature, the principle of state of nature propounded by Thomas Hobbes. It says that in the state of nature, life is solitary, nasty, brutish, and short. The state of lawlessness, the state of tyranny. So in a cyberspace, you talk about the internet, you talk about the computer software, you talk about the technology in general. Should there be a situation where we wouldn't have rules and laws, where we do things the way we like? No, the law will not fold its hands to allow this happen in the cyber world. This is because those things that happen in the cyber world come to affect the reality of life. Now, the position is this, that if we want to look at it, we have the cyberspace, we have the cyber world, we have the technologically driven world. It is a bigger factor that controls the world economy today. It is a bigger factor that controls the political economy today. So there is need for laws to guide the operation, the behavioral pattern, and the way lives lives are being lived on the cyber world. The things that are done, the activities on the cyberspace, the technological instrument, the technological equipment, how is the world being managed? So there is a need for laws. Now, having said that there are need for laws, the question is, what is cyber law? Now, cyber laws are laws that are focused on the acceptable behavioral pattern and the use of technology, the use of the internet, the use of the computer hardware and software. What are the laws guiding it? What is the law saying? So it is the law that guides the cyberspace. It is the law that guides the cyberspace. So when we begin to raise issues as to, why should there be laws? Why should the cyberspace have laws? I have to make this abundantly clear that on the cyberspace, the presence of laws protects users, investors, businessmen from harms that may arise from the criminal activities on cyberspace. Now, we say again that it is a fact that there are crimes committed on the cyberspace, in the cyber world. There are misconducts in the cyber world. So the law will not fold its hands and not regulate what happens in the cyberspace. No, that won't happen. So it is the purpose of the cyber laws to investigate crimes that are perpetrated by users of the cyberspace. This is because the crimes committed on the cyberspace have a great deal of effect on the life that is being lived in the physical world. That is the major reason why it has to be regulated. Lives are being lost, terrorism are being sponsored, there are issues of the use of hacking, there are issues of money laundering, there are issues of crime sponsoring or crime funding, to mention but a few. So it is the purpose of cyber law to help mitigate the crimes that are committed on the cyberspace. You talk about the fraud, you talk about, just a minute, what is she saying? Yes. So as I was saying, I said in the cyberspace, we have issues of fraud, we have issues of forgery, we have issues of money laundering, we have issues of theft, to mention but a few. Now, the purpose of cyber law, the importance of these laws is to ensure that the users of the cyberspace, the users of the internet, the users of technology are being protected. So the purpose of cyber law, the importance of cyber law is to ensure that it lays down the behavioral patterns, it lays down the policies of users on the internet, on the cyber world. So it helps to identify the standards of acceptable behavioral pattern for ICT users. The cyber laws also help to establish the social legal sanctions for cybercrime. Now, apart from the fact that it helps mitigate and prevent harms to people who use the internet, it helps protect human rights of people, the human right to expression. You see situations where we have cases of cyberbullying, we have cases of cyber attacks, we have cases of We have cases of cyber stalking. We have all these terrible cases in the cyber world. So the crimes that are committed through the cyberspace are being mitigated through cyber laws. It helps to maintain justice. The cyber laws help to maintain justice, tranquility, discipline, and order in the cyber world. It also protects people who use the internet. It also protects businessmen who use the internet. It also protect the activists who use the internet. It helps to protect the educationists or the academics who use the internet. And it helps to protect the liberty of people who use internet. So we have all these issues of scam, treasury fraud, talk even about, at times, we can also talk about copyright issues, online insults, attacks, defamation, character assassination, data protection, to mention a few. Actions like we have in the physical world, where actions have consequences. Actions in the cyber world should also have consequences. So for us to have a sane and serene cyberspace, so for us to have a sane, serene, and acceptable cyber world, there is an urgent need for people, for countries to legislate on cyber issues, cyber crime in particular. We have it now that at least the world is not sleeping as we speak. 72% of the countries in the world as we speak have cyber laws. 18% out of these countries have already drafted cyber laws that are waiting, that are in the process of legislation, right? And just the remaining countries are yet to legislate on cyber law. But once we have 72% of the countries in the world with cyber laws, that is to tell you that the cyberspace is being regulated virtually anywhere you are. One aspect of the whole conversation is this, that for any country to legitimately canvass for legal reforms and legal enactments in the cyber world, there must be a law. The law must provide for the offenses, and punishments must be prescribed. Take, for instance, here in Nigeria, we have the Cyber Crimes Act that was enacted to counter cyber crimes in the country. Crimes relating to, theft, cyber stalking, advanced fee fraud, and what have you. But it is against international criminal law that you punish people without loss, and that particular law prescribing offense. And that is seen in the Latin maxim, nullum crimen sine lege. There can be no crime without laws. So if we are advocating that for us to have a safer cyberspace, for us to have a safer cyber space, there is need for countries in the world to legislate reasonable criminal cyber crime laws. And these cyber crime laws must prescribe the offenses and ascribe the punishment. so that for every type of for every type of cybercrime, there are offenses. But it will amount to obedient state of nature, where we have a society where there are no laws regulating what obtains in the cyber world. In the cyber world, life happens. So if life happens, there must be laws in place. There must be legal instruments in place to restrict crimes, to punish crimes, to set out the behavioral pattern in the society, in such a society. Because, like I said at the initial, what happens in the cyber world has a great deal of effect on what happens in the physical world. And that is a more reason why we continue to advocate for a society where there are cyber laws, and where there are laws and there are punishments in breach of these laws. Because if there are laws without consequences, there is high probability that the laws will be floated. Because most often than not, people obey laws because of the fear of sanction. So if we have cyber laws in the society where there are no sanctions, that would amount to just an empty threat, and citizens will not necessarily comply, and the society will suffer for it. So it is advocated that, looking at the huge importance of cyber law, you protect, protecting the people against scam, cyber fraud, treasury, copyright matters, data protection issues, online harassment, cyber stalking, insults, and what have you. It is our own position that there must be laws in place that will guide what happens in the cyber world, in the cyberspace. And that is a more reason why the rest of the world that are yet to enact laws to guide what happens in the technological world that we live in today, they are doing their society a great disadvantage or a great disservice. So I am of the opinion that as the world goes by, there is even need for more reforms of our cyber laws. In some situations, in some countries, the cyber laws appears too harsh. In some countries, the cyber laws appear just too harsh. So there should be a balance between the laws that are enacted, the laws that the crimes that are committed will be commensurate with the punishments that will be prescribed. So these are issues of law that arise from, from the cyber world. There can be no safe cyberspace without laws regulating same. The same way we have terrorism in the physical world, we have cyber terrorism. The same way we have crimes in the physical world, we have crimes in the cyber world. We have issues of stalking. We have issues of, issues of fraud. We have issues of, so you can mention all these issues. We have them in the cyber world. So it will be a great tragedy if the laws enacted do not capture almost all of the crimes and ancillary issues that arise in the cyberspace. The law is meant to be a tool for social engineering. So the law, the cyber laws, will help a great deal in ensuring that the crimes are reduced and actions in the cyberspace have consequences. So maybe we can have questions at this junction. because yes, I think we should come up with our questions.
Sir, are we proceeding with the session? Dear participants, I request you all that if you all are having any questions related to what Mr. Festus Ogun has just stated about the particular topic, please write your questions in the chat box and we'll take it one by one. In the end, the feedback form will be cascaded, so kindly write your questions. Proceed with him. Our speaker, sir, is demanding the questions, so I request you all, if you are having any questions, please let us know, or please. Sir, we would really like if you could tell something more about yourself, like from where you have studied or anything that is related to your professional life in context to law. We really want to know about it. Sir, can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, sir, so I request, can you share your professional experience or from where you have completed your laws? What are the most interesting areas? Like, although in your data it was mentioned that there were several interesting fields, emerging fields in the law, but we are really keen to know about your perspective in context to your studies. How is it? How's your personal, professional experience going on? So please share that with us. Meanwhile, we'll be taking the questions.
I can't hear you clearly. I can't hear the question clearly, but I've sent you a private message. Just
Uh, It's I'm just writing the question for you. Okay, kindly do that.
professional experience.
Yeah.
Professional experience. Wow. Well, basically, um, the journey has just started. We started not quite long, but we are moving very fast now. We are moving very fast. Basically, I started my professional legal career. That was about three, 4 years ago at a law firm in Nigeria, Ibadan in Nigeria, and I I have I started as an intern in the law firm, And from then, after my program, after I concluded my law program in the university, I I worked in a law firm too, and I currently work in a law firm too as a research assistant. But somewhere in between, started FO Legal Advisory, where we give public enlightenment, basically, on human rights, constitutional law, electoral law, media law, all the cyber laws, cryptocurrency law, blockchain, and what have you, and public interest law, those laws that are relevant to everyone in the society. So that was how we started. We started making publications, and that was how we started making impact in society. So somewhere in the middle of the year, we started Crypto Law Africa, and it has fast become one of the leading authority when it comes to cryptocurrency law and practice. And what we do basically is research, because these are new areas of law. These are not traditional areas of law that have been in existence for long. But we believe that the society must quickly adapt to the reality of today's world. And that's the more reason we are equally looking for partnership from all over the world on how we can build a safer cyberspace that will work for everyone. So the journey has been interesting and equally challenging for any law student or for any young professional that is desirous of making great fit in the profession or in his calling or vocation. There is need to be determined and to be very hardworking. Law is not a child's play. It requires efforts, it requires hard work, and it requires consistency. When we started Crypto Law Africa, we had no authority. We had no place to run to. Where do we get the sources from? But we had to do research, serious research. As I speak to you, they do not really have a textbook on cryptocurrency law. Yes, we do not really have textbooks. But as people who are going to determine the future of the world, as people, as young minds who are going to determine the future of the cyber world, the sacrifice. And this can only be done through hard work and consistency. So my advice to young ones out there or young professionals out there is to keep striving, is to keep working. Because even if success comes and we fail to prepare, we won't even be able to manage the success that comes our way. And it's more reason why we must be very prepared and we must be at alert. We must be on our toes in pursuing a safer cyberspace that will work for all of us. So, yes, we are just starting, like I said earlier. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the session and, of course, for the piece of advice that you provided with us. And your journey is quite amazing to think about. So, sir, we have 3 to 4 questions. So, I request you to kindly take them. I'm just messaging you and also stating the question for the sake of participants as well. So, kindly check your message. I have just sent you the question. And the question is, any tools we can use naturally over internet to check or avoid any breach? Are there any tools that we can naturally use for the internet to check or avoid any such breach?
Yeah, basically, talking about cyber cyberspace. Let me give an instance. At times, when you log on to some websites, there will be issues, especially if you are using your personal computer. They will tell you this particular website is not secured. This particular website is not secured. So I think it boils down more on vigilance and advice from your attorney. Vigilance, personal vigilance, and advice from your attorney. Now, when you come to cryptocurrency law and blockchain technology, there is what we call smart contracts. In the smart contract, the contract has been made through the blockchain technology. So in any case, if there is a breach, immediately you have a breach, there will be consequences. It is already programmed. And that is the improvement technology has brought forward. So I think basically people should seek more knowledge. People should seek more knowledge about how the cyberspace operates. Read articles, read blogs, read books, so that you get more. Or if that can be done, if you are too busy to seek knowledge, which I don't think is advisable, there is nothing stopping you from reaching out to your lawful attorney. Your lawful attorney for professional guide always. But when you when you log on websites, you discover or you see signs that this website is not secure, there is no reason why you should continue to explore the website. Also, I mentioned the issue of eternal vigilance. There is a popular saying that eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. Same on the cyber world. In the cyberspace, if you are not vigilant enough, if you are not cautious enough, if you continue to deal with people you do not know, people with unverifiable identities, then you may fall prey of the evil machineries on the cyberspace. So I think it's more of vigilance. It's more of vigilance. People should be vigilant, and as much as possible, if you are taking any critical step on the cyberspace, you have to reach out to your lawful attorney. You have to reach out to your legal advisor. They must advise you. Oh, I'm taking this step. I'm doing this project online. I'm doing this project on the internet. You have to reach out to those that are knowledgeable about how the law affects or operates in the cyber world. So I think that is very important. You are vigilant, you gather knowledge, and you reach out to your lawful attorney if you want to take steps, or you are going about a transaction, or you are logging on the website, or you are talking to someone you are not sure of. So I think a vigilance to your attorney and getting more knowledge like we have in this. Thank you. Okay, the next question. Let me check some other questions there.
Yeah. So, sir, our next question is, what is data leakage and how can we secure a server?
Pardon me?
So did you get the question?
Hello, I didn't get that question.
I just have sent you, what is data leakage and how can we secure a server?
I didn't get that. Will you send it? You send it as a text, as a personal. Oh. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear us, sir?
When you talk about...
Yeah, so the
Hello?
question is...
Can you hear me?
What? Yeah.
Well, basically...
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Basically, when you talk of data leakage, it is the transfer of unlawful transfer of data to an external or wrongful destination. When we say when you talk data leakage, it is talking about unlawful transmission of data within organization, within a space, right? So it is also another way of saying, look, oh, this is a data breach, a data leakage, when you want to pass data from someone to another person and is getting to a wrong destination, you call it a data leakage. So that's that. So we discovered that many websites, many web page have captured the data of many without users getting to know. We have situation where websites have gotten or gathered data of people in an unauthorized way. So when you are talking about data leakage, we are talking about the unauthorized transmission of data from a person to a wrong or unauthorized destination. So the question for is, look, how can hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, I can
Hello?
hear you, sir. And I have shared the next question with you as well. Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Hello?
Sir, can you hear me? You are audible.
Hello? In law
Sir, can you hear
enforcement
me?
agencies, what are yes, I can. You talk about the pros and cons of technology in law enforcement agencies. Yes. Well, the use of technology is very important by oh, okay. Oh, the police. What are the advantages of technology? Yes, basically, the technology is very important to the policing system. Yes, it's very important to the policing system. In fact, it is important to the justice system in general. Now, take for instance the use of breath analyzer. Or someone is driving, stopped by the police, you make use of the technology equipment called breath analyzer to check if the person is drunk. Now, in the in the in making police statements where a criminal has just been arrested, the use of voice recorder can equally be, be adopted. Having said that, look at our justice system. When in the courtroom, it is unfortunate that in some parts of the world, Africa inclusive, we still have situations where judges use longhand in writing judicial proceedings. So the use of technology in the justice system in general can never be underestimated. Instead of using longhand to write, why not record the the whole proceedings? So I think talking about the law enforcement system, there is need for the adoption of technological instruments, technological equipment to facilitate and enhance justice delivery system. It's very important. So it has advantages. And what are these advantages? The advantages are one of the important advantages is that it leads to fast delivery of justice. Justice is delivered rapidly instead of taking so long a time. Apart from that, compromising the justice system, compromising the process, the use of technology will help a great deal in ensuring that the processes are not compromised. So we have what are the disadvantages? People abuse these technological instruments. Yes, it is being abused, and that is why there must be laws that will checkmate how technology, the cyberspace, will be operated. There must be law in place that will guide the operation of activities, and that is the only disadvantage I can see: the abuse. And once these technological equipment are abused, the law steps in, and the law will correct the anomaly that is being created by the abuse. And I think that's what's important. When we have good laws and these laws get implemented, I do not think there will be many disadvantages, so to speak. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, sir, our next question is, what are the benefits of blockchain?
Oh, talking about the benefits of blockchain, I can tell you that blockchain is one of the greatest inventions of mankind. It's one of the greatest things that has happened to the technological world. You can see that presently, talking about the blockchain technology used by cryptocurrency, the crypto world, you discover that there will be easy, right? There will be easy transfer of, for cryptocurrency now, there will be easy transfer of money, and the decentralized nature is not under the control of anybody. It's not under the control of government. It's not under the control of any system. You get your transaction done, and that's all. Again, you talk about confidential way of making transfers, of making transactions. I'm here, you don't know who you are dealing with. You are there, you don't know who you are dealing with. So for complex transaction, there won't be need for complexity. So even when you are making transaction via the use of the cryptocurrency technology, the issue of the fee, the general fee that will be used, that will be charged for making international transfers, international transactions, these ones are not there. So we can say that the advantages are much. the advantages of the blockchain technology are much. There is transparency. There is efficient. Is very efficient.
Sir, you are not
Very
audible.
efficient, and it is very secured. Some countries can be used for elections. It can be used in the medical sector. It can be used in the medical sector. It can be used in virtually, in fact, in the financial sector, it is being used. We can begin to mention on and on like that. If you want to make payments, money transfer, you talk about, you can talk data share, you can mention on and on like that. So it is secured principally because it is decentralized. It is decentralized in the sense that it is not under the control of any government, right? So basically, talk about, it has so many advantages, but the important advantage is that it is decentralized. And once it is decentralized, oh, you can't be subject to regulation and restrictions. So that's the major, is used for record keeping, is used for the financial part. I talked about cryptocurrency. It's used for the medical sector, the financial sector. In fact, security wise, political sector is used for voting. Your data storage, it is there in the form of chain and what have you. So the blockchain technology can neither be underestimated nor overemphasized. It's very important to today's world, and that is why we've dedicated all our time at Crypto Law Africa in ensuring that all those legal issues that may arise from the use of technology, that may arise from the use of technology, that may arise from the use of the cryptocurrency technology, the blockchain technology, we ensure that they are being addressed due to the sensitive and important nature of the blockchain, industry. So it is so important for the medical sector, the financial sector, the political sector, the education sector, used for record keeping. You can begin to mention on and on. So the decentralized nature of the technology is one of those greatest advantages that comes with the blockchain technology. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. And I hope there is no such more questions with us. So I request, so this session is towards its ending. So sir, thank you very much for joining us for this session and taking out your precious time for WCSF and for this session. Although there were some network troubles, but still you were you were able to manage a very proactive content, and I hope that it might have helped our attendees and participants in getting the knowledge of the particular topic. So thank you very much, sir, for your time. I request you to please turn on your camera so that we can take a picture of you.
Okay, let me, just a minute.
The feedback form has been shared in the chat box.
Yes,
All the
let
participants
me,
are requested to.
yeah, let me quickly make a final submission. Will you permit me?
Yeah, please.
Oh, good. Now,
All the participants are requested to fill the form as it is open for next 10 minutes.
yes. Basically, I will implore our participants to ensure that those who are interested in in um in, talking to us, sharing ideas with us, having business with us, we give our We make our consultation very free, especially talk about blockchain and technology law, cryptocurrency law. We make our consultation very free for all. We help in ensuring give legal opinions. We help in all these things. So yes, it is important that we have a safer world that works for all. So if we do have any of our participants who have questions, real life transactions that want what the law says, how they could go about it, at Crypto Law Africa, we make consultations for free. We make consultations for free. So I think people the world all over, we judiciously make use of this opportunity for us to have a better and safer cyberspace. Thank you. So let me put on my camera.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, is that cool?
Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
Yes, sir, we are done with the lecture as well. Thank you very much again for your time and for your effort that you has provided us with the extreme knowledge in context to the cyber laws and in context to the technological driven world, even in the COVID era. Thank you very much for your time, sir. Have a great day.
It's my pleasure talking to you, and it's a pleasure. I'm happy, and it's indeed a greatest pleasure from this end. Thank you very
Same
much.
here, sir. Same here, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye, sir. Thank you. I request all the participants to kindly fill the form because we'll be closing it very soon. So if you haven't shared it, kindly copy it and then please open it in your Google Chrome or in your Internet Explorer. And those who have filled the form can leave the meeting.